bienvenido, and wahi. I hope each and every one of you feels welcome. It is Destiny back in the house. Listen, if you have subscribed to the channel already, thank you. I appreciate you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I need you to do me a quick favor. I need you to stop. Yes, right now. Stop what you're doing. Hop over and... get through clowning, we can get into this topic, right? Listen, we are here to talk about a deep one. Gotta give you the warning. You know, I always put that little disclaimer out there. This is a deep topic warning. It's not dark and deep, but it's a little deep. It kind of reflects the conversation about are we comfortable talking about death? Kind of deep like that. I want to talk about when we are sick and very ill, possibly on our deathbed, seeing a relative sick, deathly ill, and possibly on a deathbed. I want to know down in the comments, do you all feel like there should be a legal medical rule in place that a person has the right to decide they no longer want to live? Suffering. Told y'all this topic was gonna be deep. Listen, it is deep, and it is a topic I want to talk about because it's a thought that I've had since 2020. Go back, there's a video, and I'll drop a snippet of it. There's a video, I think it's part 1 and part 2. I talked about growing older and health issues. Smooch and I sat down and we covered the topic, talking about my health issues and how we got through that whole ordeal and what it was like for her to watch me go through the gastro issues that I was having, how my oxygen level was low, my everything. I was just about to zero out. It's a video. I'll put a little snippet up so you can go back and watch it if you choose. But during that time, baby, when I tell you, sis was over it. I was over it. Thankfully, during that entire ordeal, I was always under the care of physicians. I was in and out of the hospital. So I was never in a straitjacket nowhere in a crazy house, suicidal, strapped up, ready to just kill myself. But I was ready to just be done with the illness, being in and out of the hospital, being stuck with needles, not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing if whatever was going on with my body was going to kill me. I was over it. So there was so many times I felt like, hey, look, just take me out. I'm done. I'm over it. You know, we say that, I'm done. We say I'm done so casually. Sis meant it. Sis was over it. Ooh, y'all, let's sit in that for a minute. Ooh, let's sit in it. Ooh, it was deep. And since that time, I've had so many thoughts. When a person, and don't get me wrong, my sickness, my months and my time of being sick wasn't like literally I was on my deathbed. There was a moment I was about to zero out, and had I not gotten myself to the hospital, checked in and got the oxygen, the blood transfusions, the iron infusions, I could have easily died. And that was the gist of it. I wasn't laying comatose for days or weeks or months. So when I say on my deathbed, I wasn't in that status, but probably in the blink of an eye could have died. That's how quick, you know, my issue of not being here could have been. My whole point in talking about this is, since it's all happened, you know, maybe not a lot then because I was in the thick of it. I was in the midst of it. I was trying to figure it out. So, of course, I was hanging on because I needed answers. I wanted to know what was making me sick and why I couldn't breathe and what was going on with my oxygen level and all that stuff. But since that all has happened, I'm like, you know, people have truly suffered a lot worse than what I went through. Today, people are lying in a bed on their deathbed. And you hear loved ones always talk about when people have transitioned and passed on, they're like, oh, they're no longer suffering. You know, sometimes those words don't sound right. Why would you be happy someone's dead? Why would you be happy someone's gone on? Why would you say that? How can you say that? But when you go through any person and watch them suffer, be sick, and suffer to their death, you, depending on your mindset, you can easily understand how somebody can say that and the detriment behind it, like what it means to be able to say something so deep and sound so inconsiderate, and it not be like. It has truly made me think since then. I think if a person is suffering to a certain degree, to a certain capacity, we all as human beings should have the right to sign off a way to say, I no longer want to remain suffering in this state. What do you all think about that? I mean, is it just outlandish? Is it the craziest thing you've ever heard, period, on my channel ever in life? Because I think it makes sense. It may not make sense. So enlighten me if I'm just totally ludicrous and just talking off the top of my head, not even the top of my head, the side of my elbow. Just tell me, Destiny, that makes zero sense. Why would you say that? It's not a thought anybody should have. I know more people think like me. It may not be out of the people on this channel. That's fine. But I still want to know, what do you think about yourself lying somewhere, suffering? Even if it can turn around, because I always say pulling the plug on people, you never know. Maybe there's a miracle. God could, revive them and bring them back. Sometimes doctors say they're too far gone. We've never seen a patient come back from this status. Whatever we don't know. But if you make that definitive decision, you no longer want to be here. Do you think we should have that right? I just do. And I'm going to tell you another weird thing about, people want to share weird things about themselves. Like, oh, I like to sniff gasoline. I like to sniff bleach. People have weird things. I'm going to tell you something weird about me. This is weird, and if y'all laugh, you laugh. I don't care, but I'm going to tell you. I love anesthesia. I like going under. It's the weirdest thing, maybe because I love sleep. I don't know. I don't freak out about it. I'm joking with the anesthesiologist. When they get in the room, I'm clowning. I'm telling them all types of jokes about how they're not going to be able to put me under. We're going to race. I'm going to race to stay up longer than they think. I mean, I be back there clowning with them and love it when they put me out, because when you can feel it, I'm like, yes, this is the part. This is the part I love. And when I come back, just the way you come back, you come back pretty alert. You don't come back groggy like you just had some NyQuil. It's the weirdest thing. I don't freak out about it. So with that being said, Destiny, why did you share that weird story? I'm going to tell you why I shared it. Because that's how I would think of it being. If I could sign over some paperwork, some rights to end my time here because I no longer want to suffer, I would think it would be like that. They would just put me under deep anesthesia or something else to just let me go in my sleep. It's just weird. But I want to talk about it. Okay? We talk about a lot of deep stuff. And that has hit my mind. And because not just because I'm some strange, sinister state of mind. I've been sick enough to the point it has made me think about that. So there's some logic there. It comes from a place. It comes from somewhere. And it truly just made me want to ask the question, what do you all think about that? Is it just far-fetched and too weird to talk about like that? Do you understand it? Could you see yourself saying, yeah, if I'm just at a point where I'm just tapped out to no point of return, or as people say, in a vegetative state and things of that nature, yeah, I'd probably want to just go on. What do you think about that? Not going to be on this too long because I know it's probably a deep topic and it may be very strange for some. I get it. But I'm always transparent. I talk about what I talk about on this channel. Deep stuff, light stuff. I lighten the load, make some silly fun stuff. But usually it's going to be some deeply rooted in conversations on this channel. So that's just one I want to put out there. That's the topic. I told you why that's the topic, where it came from, what I went through health-wise. There's a longer video about it. And I just want you all to drop down in the comment. Yeah, tell me what you think. Sometimes we go out there and we fight for different laws and things to come into effect, and then they do. I don't know if that's something that'll ever be a law. I don't know. But I'm never going to advocate or fight for it, but it's just a thought I had and I wanted to share it. That's all I have on it. If you all have anything on that topic, please drop down in the comments, share. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and keep watching, and I'm going to see you all next time. So with that, I'm going to do a little bit of research because in bringing this topic up, Smooch brought it to my attention that there may be one state out there in the universe that might have touched on that as a law. But we're going to do some research, and if I find the article, the doctor, the story, I'll insert it. But for now, it's a possibility that one state has gone into that. So if you're watching this video and you think, Destiny, that's a little far-fetched, you went a little deep. May not be. We'll find out. Again, I'm going to research it and I'll insert it in the video. If we find there's a state that has gone into that and made it, maybe working on it or have made it an effective law, that you can sign over rights if you're suffering and in some type of medical turmoil and you no longer want to be here. I will touch base. It will be insert if we find it.